ददाम्यहं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजाता सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदा सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Very grateful to my dear friend Janeshwar Gauranga Prabhu for giving me this opportunity to address all the ISKCON Fort Lauderdale devotees. Today we will be discussing a very important topic. But before that, I would like to ask a question to all of you. Hare Krishna. What is the aim of human life? What is the highest attainment of human life? Can you please raise your hand and share your understanding? What is the highest attainment of human life? So what we can do is, I will just call out the name and you can unmute yourself and give the answer. What is the highest attainment of human life, or what is the goal of human life? Highest goal of human life. So Ishwari Radha Mataji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dhanvat Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada. The highest goal of human life is love of Godhead. Going back home.
Yes, perfect. Prema Pumarto Mahan. Any other thoughts, Janeshwar Gauranga Prabhu? Go ahead, one by one. Then Parima Mataji, then Kasturi Manjari Mataji, then Kokila Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanvat Pranam. I was going to say the same thing.
Yes.
Attaining love of Radha and Krishna.
Yes. Okay. Parima Mataji.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanvat Pranams. Prabhuji, the aim and objective of highest goal of human life is to attain love of Godhead, yes. But why attain love of Godhead is to serve Krishna and to see, Krishna becoming happy with your service and then attaining happiness by serving Krishna.
Yes.
So,
yes. Actually, Srila Prabhupada defined love as service. There cannot be love without service. And love means to serve, love means to please. So love includes service and pleasing. Very good. Kasturi Manjari Mataji?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Yes, that's what I was about to say. That to know who I am, what is my relationship with Krishna, and serve him with love and devotion. But I am remembering one purport Srila Prabhupada writes that highest perfection of human form of life is to get out of bodily conception of life in one of the purports Srila Prabhupada writes. So
Yes.
just Barsana Mataji, you want to say
One
something?
cannot attain love unless we have given up the bodily conception of life. So yes, that is also correct. Kokila Mataji?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavad Pranam, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Prabhuji, this question I usually have in my mind, what is the purpose of my life? What is the purpose of my life? I mean, I'm doing mundane things before Krishna consciousness. So I really realize that the real purpose is serving Prabhu, the devotees, the satisfaction I get in serving the devotees and association with the devotees. For my level, I feel I have some purpose in life now. So maybe in future I can get the purpose of attaining Godhead, love of Godhead, and everything. But I personally realize this because I had this question before, and now I personally realize. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Very nice. Because serving the devotees, why? Because serving the devotees gives pleasure to Krishna. When we serve the devotees, when we please the devotees, then Krishna is happy. Mad Bhakta Puja Bhyadika. So yes, all the answers that all of you gave are correct. In regards to Kokila Mataji's reflection and answer, there's a very nice verse. Sadhu sange Krishna nama ei matra chai samsara jinite ara kono vastu nai. Kokila Mataji, you can write down this verse. Very beautiful verse from Prema-tattva of Sri Jagadananda Pandit. Sadhu sange Krishna nama ei matra chai. Sadhu sange Krishna nama ei matra chai. Samsara jinite ara kono vastu nai. Sadhu sange Krishna nam. In the association of sadhus, chanting Krishna nam. In the association of devotees, to chant Krishna nam. Ei matra chai. This is my only desire. My only desire is to chant Hare Krishna in the company of Krishna's devotees. Sadhu sange Krishna nama ei matra chai. Samsara jinite ara kono vastu nai. Nothing else is required to conquer this repeated cycle of birth and death. Samsara jinite. Jinite means to win over, conquer. Samsara jinite ara kono vastu nai. We don't need anything else to overcome this repeated cycle of birth and death, this materialistic conception of life, our stay in this samsara. If we want to put an end to our stay in this samsara, this material world, we don't need anything else except chanting Hare Krishna in the association of devotees. Sadhu sange Krishna nama ei matra chai. Samsara jinite ara kono vastu nai. So I hope you like this verse. So we began with a question, what is the highest goal of life? What is the highest attainment for all of us? And unanimously, all of you have answered that the highest aim of life is Krishna Prem. In fact, Srila Prabhupada taught us every morning before we begin our japa, we remember the 10 offenses against the holy name. And then we say, let us carefully avoid these 10 offenses against the holy name and chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra in order to quickly achieve the desired success, Krishna Prema. Like parrots, we all recite this in the morning. In every ISKCON temple, this is said. In order to quickly achieve the desired success, Krishna Prema. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also in Chaitanya Charitamrita reminds us that Krishna Prema bina vyartha daridra jivan dasa ko hai vetana mora deha prema dhan. That Krishna Prema bina vyartha daridra jivan. Without Krishna Prema, there is no meaning to our existence. Also, the entire Gaudiya Vaishnava Siddhanta is summarized in one verse by Srila Srinath Chakravarti. And in that also, it is said that Prema Pumarto Mahan. The highest artha for a human being, for a living entity, the highest attainment, highest goal is Prem. Aradhyo Bhagwan Vrajesha Tanayastadhama Vrindavanam Ramya Kachidupasana Vrajavadhu Vargenaya Kalpita Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanamamalam Prema Pumarto Mahan Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhor Matamidam Tatradara Para. Most important is to attain love of God. So if Krishna Prem is the aim of life, Prema Pumarto Mahan, as Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has taught us, isn't it important to understand what is Prem? So today let us discuss the topic, what is love? What is Prem? Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami explains in Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita what is Prem. Atmendriya Priti Ichha Tara Bale Kam Krishnendriya Priti Vancha Dhare Premanam. So simple and clear. Atmendriya Priti Ichha Tara Bale Kam. When we want to satisfy our own senses, our own mind, and our own senses, it is called Kam, lust. We like something. Our mind is desiring something. Eyes want to see something. Tongue wants to taste something. Skin wants to touch something or somebody. Ears want to hear something. So in different ways, when we want to satisfy ourselves, when we want to satisfy our own senses, that is called sense gratification or lust. But when we want to satisfy and serve the senses of Krishna, it is called love, Prem. So Atmendriya Priti Ichha Tarabale Kam. Kam means lust. Krishnendriya Priti Vancha Dhare Prema Nam. When we want to satisfy and serve the senses of Krishna, it is called love. Dhare Prema Nam. Krishnendriya Priti Ichha Dhare Prema Nam. Atmendriya Priti Vancha Tarabale Kam. That is the difference between Kam and Prem. Prem means to serve Krishna, to please Krishna, to love Krishna. Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam Bhakti Luchyate. Bhakti means Prem. It is called Prema Bhakti. Isn't it? The highest stage of love is called Prema Bhakti. There is Sadhana Bhakti, which has two divisions, Vaidhi Bhakti and Raganuga Bhakti. Then there is Bhav Bhakti, and then there is Prema Bhakti. There are three stages of Bhakti. Sadhana Bhakti, which is what we are doing right now. Bhakti based on rules and regulations. Then there is Bhav Bhakti. Then there is Prema Bhakti. So Bhakti means Prem in the pure sense of the term. So today let us examine what is, little bit in more detail, what is this Prem and what is not Prem. Okay? What is Prem and what is not Prem? Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami in essence explained, when we want sense gratification, it is called lust. जब हम इंद्रिय तृप्ति करने की इच्छा रखते हैं, उसे कहते हैं काम वासना. जब हम भगवान के इंद्रियों को तुष्ट करने का प्रयास करते हैं, भगवान की सेवा में जुड़ जाते हैं, उसे कहते हैं प्रेम. Samsiddhir haritoshanam. When we serve Krishna, when we give pleasure to Krishna's senses, that is called love. So, if a boy loves a girl in this world, or a man is attracted to a woman, is that love or is that lust?
Lust.
Lust.
Yes. So what we see in Hollywood and Bollywood love story, in the novels, in the magazines, is that love story or is it lust story?
Lust story.
Yes. Love means the service attitude, the devotion that a jiva has for Bhagwan. A jiva has for Jagadish. That is prem. And all prem comes from Srimati Radharani. Srimati Radharani's prem swarupa. Kothai go premamayi radhe radhe. Radharani's premamayi. She's prem swarupa. When she covers Krishna with her love and her mood and her complexion, then Krishna becomes Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is described as Ananda Leela Maya Vigrahaya Hema Bhadivya Chavi Sundaraya Tasmai Mahaprema Rasa Pradaya Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste. He becomes the embodiment of prem and the giver of prem. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate. Mahaprabhu has come to give Krishna prem because Mahaprabhu has come to give the highest attainment, the highest gift. And the highest gift is prem. So let us discuss what is prem and what is not prem. To discuss this, we have to go to Shri Jagadananda Pandit, who is one of the main devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, described extensively in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Shri Jagadananda Pandit wrote a book called Prema Vivarta, The Divine Transformations of Love. And in this book, which is authorized by Srila Prabhupada, there is a chapter, Prema Vivarta, chapter number 16, 1-6. And this chapter is called, What is Love? Piriti ki Rupa. What is love? So let us discuss this chapter. In this chapter, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Nyasi Kula Chudamani. He is the crest jewel of all the sannyasis. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is living in Jagannath Puri Dham. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is living in Jagannath Puri Dham. And in Jagannath Puri Dham, his personal secretary is Shri Swarup Damodar Goswami. And the servant of Shri Swarup Damodar Goswami is Shri Raghunath Das Goswami. Correct? Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the leader of all the devotees. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has a secretary. His name is Swarup Damodar Goswami, who is Lalita Sakhi. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Radha and Krishna. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Nahi Anya. And Swarup Damodar Goswami's personal servant, assistant, is Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, who is Rati Manjari. So one day, Shri Raghunath Das Goswami goes to Shri Swarup Damodar Goswami and asks a question. Ekadina Raghunatha Swarupe Jidnyase ki vastu piriti more shikhao abhase. One day, Raghunath Das Goswami went to Sri Swarup Damodar Goswami and asked, "What is love? Please teach me in essence. What is love?" Further, Srila Raghunath Das Goswami says, "Vidyapati Chandidasa ye priti varnila se priti bhujite mora shakti na haila." Shri Raghunath Das Goswami tells Shri Swarup Damodar Goswami that great devotional poets like Vidyapati Maharaj and Shri Chandidas ji, they have written very beautiful poems which are relished by Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And they describe Shringar Ras. They describe the love between Radha and Krishna. But it is a very high subject for me. I cannot understand it. Tahadera Vakyabhaye Bhuje ye piriti se kevala stri purushera pranayera riti. Shri Raghunath Das Goswami says that externally, if you just read these literatures, it feels like the ordinary love between a man and a woman. When you read these poems, this is actually a fact. One day, I heard a Hari Katha by an advanced devotee, and we were quite a few people who attended the class. And at the end of the class, one devotee who has been chanting for 2-3 years now told me very honestly that he could not really appreciate the class. He felt it was the descriptions of love between an ordinary man and a woman. The class was based on Chaitanya Charitamrit, Ante Leela, where Radha and Krishna's very exalted Leelas are described to some extent and hinted at. So this class was about the divine love of Radha and Krishna, because the occasion was like that. It was some tithi. So the speaker spoke on this topic because it was relevant to the tithi. And this devotee, to my utter shock, told me that it sounded like a Bollywood or Hollywood plot. So I was quite pained when I heard that. But this is a fact. Srila Raghunath Das Goswami is saying, if externally you see, se kevala stri purushera pranayera riti, tahadera vakya bhaye bhujena piriti. Cannot understand this love that is being described, because this love simply appears externally to be like a love between an ordinary man and a woman. So how can we accept this descriptions of love in the poems of Shri Vidyapati Maharaj and Shri Chandidas ji and Srila Bilvamangal Thakur's Krishna Karnamrit and Srila Jayadev Goswami's Geeta Govind? These are the scriptures that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would relish reading and hearing in the Gambhira. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita describes it. So question may be asked, although we do not read these books because we don't have the adhikar, they are for Paramhamsas. But how can this type of descriptions of love be accepted as spiritual? How is it not lust? Further, Raghunath Das Goswami says that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sings and hears these songs in your company always, but I don't understand them. Mahaprabhu tomara sange sei sabagan karena sarvadatara na paye sandhan. Mahaprabhu always sings these songs of Vidyapati and Chandidas, but I do not understand them. I am there in the Gambhira, but I do not understand them. Prabhu tava haste more karila samarpan agya kaila shikhawe be nigurtatva dhan. Srila Raghunath Das Goswami petitions to Srila Sarup Damodar Goswami that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has offered me in your service. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has placed me in your care. I have this doubt about what is love. So please teach me these precious hidden truths. Please help me understand what is Preeti, what is love. Because it is described in the 5th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam by Rishabdev Maharaj that unless and until we have Preeti for Bhagwan, we cannot enter Vaikuntha. So, Kripa kari Preeti tattva more deha bhujaya kritartha haiva moi samshaya tyajiya. Srila Raghunath Das Goswami says that please help me understand the nature of love. What is divine love? Then I will be satisfied and fulfilled, and I will be able to give up all my doubts. Samshaya tyajiya. Then I can give up all my doubts. Kripa kari Preeti tattva. Explain to me what is Preeti tattva, what is love. Then Sri Sarup Damodar Goswami is going to reply. Swarupa balila bhai Raghunatha Das nibridde tomare tattva kariba prakash. Srila Sarup Damodar Goswami replied to Srila Raghunath Das Goswami that, my dear Das Goswami, confidentially I will reveal this truth to you. Nibrite means confidentially, in solitude, alone, not in a public class. Confidentially, I will reveal this truth to you. Nibritte tomare tattva kariba prakash. I will reveal this truth to you today in confidence. Please listen carefully. And because Srila Jagadananda Pandit has written this book, and our Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharyas have kindly given us this book, now we are privy to this very confidential conversation between Srila Sarup Damodar Goswami, who is Lalita Sakhi, and Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, who is one of the chief 8 Manjaris, Rati Manjari. Srila Sarup Damodar Goswami says that actually neither I, nor Ramananda Rai, nor Sri Gadadhar Pandit, or anyone else can understand the love that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu experiences and gives to this world. Really, it is not possible to understand. But Tabe jadi Gaura Chandra jivhaya basiya balai be nija tattva sakripa haiya. But still, if Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes and mercifully takes control of my tongue, Tabe jadi Gaura Chandra jivhaya basiya. If he comes and sits on my tongue, takes control, takes charge of my tongue, and causes me to speak, balaibe nija tattva sakripa haiya. If he gives us kripa, then balaibe nija tattva. Then I can speak about Mahaprabhu's this great confidential love. What is this love? What is this love? And then you will be satisfied. Srila Sarup Damodar Goswami further says, Chandi Dasa Vidyapati Karnamrita Rayera Giti Esaba Amulya Shastra Jana Esabe Nahika Kama Esaba Premera Dhama Aprakrita Tahate Vidhana. Very beautiful verse. Chandi Dasa Vidyapati Karnamrita Rayera Giti Esaba Amulya Shastra Jan. Shri Sarup Damodar Goswami is saying to Srila Raghunath Das Goswami that the poems of Chandidas, the poems of Vidyapati, Srila Bilvamangal Thakur's Krishna Karnamrit, and Shri Raya Ramananda's songs, Chandidasa Vidyapati Karnamrita Rayera Giti Esaba Amulya Shastra Jan. First of all, know them to be not ordinary granthas. They are Shastra. There's a difference between a book of poems, a novel, and Shastra. Shastra is what is given to us by Krishna. Yah shastra vidhi utsrijya vartate kamakarata na sa shantim avapnoti na sukham na param gatim. One who gives up the rules and regulations and the directions given in Shastra will never attain success, siddhi, will never attain sukh, happiness, and will never attain param gati. Na sa siddhim avapnoti, na sukham na param gati. So Shastra is not an ordinary book. Shastra, it is called revealed scripture. So here, Sri Swarup Damodar Goswami is saying that all these transcendental literatures, know them to be Shastra. And within Shastra also, there are different categories of Shastra. There are Dharma Shastras, there are Niti Shastras, but highest Shastra is Bhakti Shastra. So here, Sri Swarup Damodar Goswami is saying, Esaba Amulya Shastra Jan. Know them to be priceless, invaluable scriptures. Esaba Nahika Kam, Esaba Premera Dham. These scriptures that we just spoke about, the poems of Chandidas and Vidyapati, the songs of Sri Ramananda Rai, and Srila Bilomangal Thakur's Krishna Karnamrit, Sri Jayadev Goswami's Git Govind. These are Esaba Nahika Kam. They do not discuss lust. They don't contain any lust, descriptions of lust. Esaba Nahika Kam. Esaba Premera Dham. These books are talking about, Amulya Shastras are talking about Prem. Prem, Krishna Prem, pure love, which is like gold. Lust is like iron. Rusted iron is lust. And pure gold is Prem. Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami describes this in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So, Esaba Nahika Kam, Esaba Premera Dham, Aprakrita Tahate Vidhan. And these books are Aprakrita Tahate Vidhan. They are the repositories of very divine love, divine nature, divine love. There is no drop of lust in these books. Please know them to be Amulya Shastra. Stri Purusha Vivarana Yeki Chuta Hi Varnana Sesaba Upama Matra Sara Prakrita Kama Varnana Tahe Krishna Adarshana Aprakrita Karaha Vichara. All the descriptions of Stri Purusha Vivarana Ye Kichu Tahi Varnana Se Saba Upama Matra Sar. All the descriptions of men and women within these books are simply Upama. They are Upama Matra. They are only analogies and nothing more. Krishna is never present within descriptions of mundane lust. So consider the descriptions within them to be divine. Aprakrita Karaha Vichar. Please. If these books of Chandidas, Vidyapati, Jayadev Goswami, Bilomangal Thakur and Ramananda Rai contain descriptions of lust, there cannot be Krishna there. Because Krishna does not like lust. Krishna has nothing to do with lust. Krishna himself says in Bhagavad Gita that lust has to be given up. Trividham naraka shedam dvaram nashanam atmana kama krodha tatha lobas tasmadeta trayam tyajet. You have to give up lust. These are enemies. Lust is an enemy, Krishna says. Kama esha krodha esha rajogunat samudbhava mahashano mahapapma vedyanam iha vairina. It is vairi, enemy. So lust is enemy of Krishna consciousness. So if these books contain descriptions of lust, how could Krishna be there? And how could Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu relish them? Therefore, please know, Aprakrita Karaha Vichar. Know these books to be filled with divine love. If anyone, be they be a man or woman, take pleasure in their material body, they can never understand this love. As long as we are on the bodily conception of life, one of you responded that the aim of life is to get over the bodily conception of life. So if we are in the bodily conception of life, we have no entrance in the realm of Krishna Prema. Clearly it is mentioned in this verse. Ki purusha ki banari etatva bhujite nari jada dehe kare rasaranga. Se guru krishnera bhane shuddharati nahi jane tahara bhajana maya ranga. If anyone, be they be man or woman, take pleasure in their material body, bhoga aishwarya prasaktanam tayaparhita chetasam vyavasayatmika buddhi samadho na vidhiyate. If we are attached to sense gratification, we cannot understand this prema. We simply cannot understand this prema. Ki purusha kiba nari e tattva bhujite nari jada dehe kare rasaranga. If this jada deha, this gross body is what they are enjoying with, then they will not understand. A guru who pretends to be Krishna does not understand pure love, and his worship is a trick of Maya. Se guru Krishnara bhane shuddharati nahi jane tahara bhajana maya ranga. So if a guru claims to be God and we worship such a guru, then we are simply being tricked by Maya. Anybody who enjoys with this material body has no entrance in the realm of this divine love, prema. So then what is this prema? Srila Swarup Damodar Goswami continues that prema means love for Krishna. Love means love for Krishna. Anything else is not love. Love means love for Krishna. Love for Krishna is perfectly pure, like the pure water of Ganga. It is nectar. Pure love, Krishna Prema, is actually ocean of nectar. Within such pure love, there is not even a trace of mundane feelings. It is like a white cloth that is free from even a single drop of ink. Krishna Prema Sunirmala. How is Krishna Prema? Not just Nirmala, Sunirmala. Very pure. Krishna Prema Sunirmala Jena Shuddha Ganga Jala Sei Premamritera Sindhu Nirmala Se Anuraga Nahi Tahe Jadadaga Shukla Vastra Shunyamashi Bindu. Shukla Vastra Shunyamashi Bindu. It is a pure white cloth with no dot on it. Nirmala se anuraga nahita hai jadadag. Pure love is without any tinge of mundanity. There is no mundaneness in pure love. It's like a white cloth free from a single drop of ink. Pure, like Ganga water. That is prema. Krishna prema sunirmal. Love for Krishna is very pure. There is no lust in that. Pure love is an ocean of joy. I have received one drop of it, and this drop floods the world. Loving the material body is merely a form of lust. Yes. Atmendriya priti ichha tarabale kam. The desire to love this body and enjoy with this body is simply lust. And one's divine body will never be revealed by doing this. Sometimes the question comes, when will I get Swarup Siddhi? When will I come to know about my Siddha Swarup, with which I am supposed to serve Radha and Krishna eternally in Goloka Vrindavan? That Suddha Swarup can never be revealed unless and until we are free from the bodily conception of life. As long as we want to enjoy with this material body, we cannot have any inkling understanding of our spiritual body. Shuddha Prema Shukha Sindhu. Shuddha Prema Sukha Sindhu Paitara Eka Bindu Sei Bindu Jagata Dubaya. Jada Dehe Kari Priti Kevala Kamera Riti Shuddha Deha Nahaya Udaya. Very beautiful verse. Please listen carefully. Shuddha Prema Sukha Sindhu. Shuddha Krishna Prem, pure Krishna Prem is what? Sukha Sindhu. It is an ocean, a Sindhu, ocean of Sukh, pure happiness. It is Ananda Sindhu, Sukha Sindhu, Premananda Sindhu. Paitara Eka Bindu. One drop of that Krishna Prem Sindhu, one drop from that Krishna Prem Sindhu, Eka Bindu, Sei Bindu Jagata Dubai, can drown and inundate this whole world. It is so powerful. Jada Dehe Kari Priti. But if we are attached to this material body, Jada Deha, Kevala Kamera Riti. It is simply a manifestation of lust, nothing else. Shuddha Deha Nahaya Udaya. To such a person, the Siddha Deha, the spiritual body, the Swarup of the Jiva will never be revealed. Nahaya Udaya. Nahaya Udaya. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prem Sadhya Kabunaya. Shravanadi Shuddha Chitti Koriye Udaya. We have to do Shravan, Kirtan, Smaran, and Shuddha Chitti, purify ourselves, Chetudarpana Marjanam. Only then it will be Udaya. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prem, Sadhya Kabunoy, Shravanadi Shuddha Chitti Koriya Udaya. And if we are having Jagat Priti, if we are attached to enjoyment in this world, then we will never understand our Siddha Deha. That's a fact. Jada Dehe Kari Priti Kevala Kamer Riti Shuddha Deha Nahaya Udaya. Shuddha Prema Sukha Sindhu Paitara Eka Bindu, Sei Bindu Jagata Dubai. Pure love is an ocean of joy. One drop of it can flood the whole world. Loving the material body is merely a form of lust, and one's divine body will never be revealed by doing so. Those who are blinded by insincere love are far from having pure love. No one can get Krishna with such so-called love. Know for certain that those who still shed tears are only making a show of their fortune. We should not shed tears publicly because we are simply making a show that I am a great devotee. So real love means we simply want to make Krishna happy. We simply want to make Krishna happy, not caring for the comforts and pleasures of this material body. Therefore, a sincere devotee voluntarily takes up tapasya. Tapo divyam utrakayena sattvam shuddhet. Srimad Bhagavatam describes tapo divyam. Tapasya has to be voluntarily taken, voluntarily accepting difficulties for a higher purpose. Srila Prabhupada, he was quite comfortable as a almost 70-year-old man, sannyasi, in Vrindavan. He had his rooms in Radha Damodar temple. They were simple, but he was in Seva Kunj in Vrindavan. What more do you want? He is right next to Srila Rupa Goswami. His Samadhi Bhajan Kutir are there. Jiva Goswami's Radha Damodar are there. Srila Sanatan Goswami's Govardhan Shila is there that Lord Krishna himself gave. Everything was there. But still, Srila Prabhupada gave up all that spiritual comfort and traveled all alone with no money to the Western world, not knowing what lay in front of him, simply wanting to dance to the tune of Krishna so that he could serve Krishna, so that he could please his Gurudev. This is called Prem. To not care for the comforts and pleasures of the material body and to voluntarily take up difficulties, take up tapasya for the pleasure of Guru and Krishna. But one who is attached to bodily pleasures and still makes a show by crying tears is simply a cheater. Simply they are making a show. On the other hand, one who has Krishna Prem, their gestures, ecstasies, emotions, they are all spiritual. Krishna Prema Jarahaya Tara Vibhav Chinmaya Anubhava Dehete Prakasha Satvik Adi Vyabhichari Chinmaya Swarupadhari Chitswarupe Karaye Vilasa. The stimuli of those who have love for Krishna are all spiritual. For example, Mukunda saw that the Nawab was being fanned by a peacock feather charmer. And that was a uddipan, that was a stimulant for him to remember Shiki Picha Mauli, Krishna, who has peacock feathers in his turban. And immediately remembering his Ishtadev, Krishna, Mukunda went into a state of ecstasy and just lost his balance, lost his composure and fainted, fell down. Tears came to his eyes, his body was trembling, hair was standing on end, he was perspiring. The Muslim king did not understand what is going on, nor did the soldiers and the attendants. But the king came down from his throne and sprinkled some water because Mukunda was his personal physician, Vaidya. And Mukunda came back to external consciousness and the king asked, what happened? What had happened? And Mukunda replied that, oh, no, actually I suffer from a disease called epilepsy. And every now and then I get these seizures. It was probably just a seizure. Don't think much about it. I'm fine now. I'll just go home. I'll be fine. So Mukunda could have told that, oh, I saw those peacock feathers and I went into ecstasy. I remembered Sham Sundar, Krishna. But no, that would have brought a lot of unnecessary attention and respect for Mukunda. And a devotee does not make a show of devotion, doesn't want prestige. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim. Na janam. They don't want followers. They are not after Kanaka, Kamini, Kirti. The three greatest stumbling blocks for a sadhak. Kanaka, money, gold. Kamini, association of the opposite sex for sense gratification. And Kirti, recognition, glorification, fan following. These are the greatest stumbling blocks for a sadhak. And Mukunda did not want that. So he hid his spiritual ecstasy and just lied that he had epilepsy. It is not good to lie, isn't it? It is not good to lie. A devotee is truthful. Anudvega karam vakyam satyam priya hitam chayat swadhyaya abhyasanam chaiva vangmayam tapa uchyate. How the speech should be is taught to us by Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. The speech should be anudvega karam vakyam. With our vakya, with our speech, we should not agitate, irritate others, disturb them. No. Anudvega karam. To create udveg means to agitation. Anudveg. Don't agitate others with your speech. Satyam. And speak what is the truth. Priya. Speak the truth in a pleasant way. Hita. And speak it for the benefit of others. If it is not going to benefit them, don't speak. Just chant Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. That is what we are supposed to do 24 hours a day. So this is important. We should speak the truth. But here Mukunda is lying. He's saying, I have got epilepsy, when he doesn't have epilepsy. So it is justified only in this situation where we have to hide our bhajan, where we have to hide our spiritual ecstasy, because spiritual ecstasy is given to us by Krishna. It is Krishna's personal reciprocation with that bhakta. But if the bhakta makes a show of that gift that Krishna is giving, then two things happen. One is the devotee becomes proud because now so much respect is going to come. And secondly, others who are not qualified enough to hear about those experiences, those spiritual reciprocations, will simply take them cheaply and make fun of it. Therefore, we should not talk about our spiritual realizations, experiences specifically. These anubhutis, these spiritual experiences, many sadhaks get by Krishna's mercy, but we should never speak about them. At the most, with one's Gurudev, Shiksha Guru or Diksha Guru, one may confide confidentially, but otherwise we should keep it in the heart. Never reveal it. By revealing, either people will make fun of it or we will become proud. I am advanced. Krishna is reciprocating with me. So that is not good. So therefore, Mukunda, Sarkar lied to the king. Sanatan Goswami lied to the jailer when he wanted to get out of the prison. He said, I am going on a pilgrimage to Mecca. Like that. So it is okay to lie only to get Krishna. For no other purpose one is supposed to lie. We should speak the truth. But if speaking the truth is going to take us away from Krishna, then what is the value of that truth? Better to speak a white lie to get Krishna. But that is rare. We should not make it a daily practice. That care we have to take. So the spiritual emotions that a devotee gets, they are all transcendental. They are all in relationship to Krishna. Krishna prema jara hai, tara vibhav chinmay, anubhava dehete prakash. Satvik adi vyabhichari or the ashtatvik vikar, chinmaya swarupa dhari, chit swarupe kare vilas. They are all on a spiritual plane, not on the mundane plane. Further, Srila Swarup Damodar Goswami says that Leela Shuk is most fortunate. Shri Bilwa Mangalacharya is most fortunate. Krishna came before him and revealed divine rasas of Vraj to him. Why? Because Bilwa Mangal Thakur gave up bodily pleasures and broke away from material activities. Krishna was very pleased by this. Vidyapati, Chandidas, they also rejected sense pleasures. And they were also given entrance into spiritual rasa. They left behind mundane bodily pleasures and became captivated by divine love and attained service to Krishna. Those who are intoxicated by material pleasures, they do not attain devotion to Krishna. And Krishna, the flute player, does not become object of their love. They simply waste their life in vain. But when a sadhak leaves behind materialistic pleasures to serve Krishna, then that person will be able to see Krishna playing the flute. Vamshi vata tata sthita karshana venu swanair gopi gopinath shri astuna. We will see Krishna and will attain the body of a gopi. They will get a body of a gopi and they will run to Vrindavan, leaving behind all previous attachments. Please listen to this verse. Sei tuchha rasa tyaji Shri Nanda Nandana Bhaji Dekhe Krishna Shri Vamshi Vada Nije Gopi Deha Paya Vrajavane Vege Jaya Purva Sangha Karaya Tyajana. Please listen to this Very important verse. Sei tuchha rasa tyaji. Those who leave behind crude pleasures. Shri Nanda Nandana Bhaji. And those who worship and serve the son of Nanda Maharaj, Shri Krishna. Dekhe Krishna Shri Vamshi Vadana. They will be able to see Krishna, who is the transcendental flute player in Vrindavan. Nije Gopi Deha Pai. They will get the body of a gopi. Nije Gopi Deha Pai. Vraja Vane Vege Jai. And they will go running to Vraj, those devotees. Advanced devotees always have a desire to run to Vraj. When can I leave this America and run to Vraj? When can I live in Vrindavan? Mamastu Vrindavana eva vasa. Shantir avyartha kalatvam viraktir mana shunyata ashabadham samutkantha namagane sadaruchi asaktishtad gunakhyane pritistad vasati sthale. Pritistad vasati sthale. Always they want to live in Vrindavan. So such a person who gives up sense gratification and worships Nandanandan Krishna will be able to see Krishna. Nije Gopi Deha Pai will get a body of a gopi. Vraja Vane Vege Jai. And will go running to Vraj. Purva Sangha Karaya Tyajana. Giving up all previous mundane attachments. Such a beautiful verse. I'm going to sing it one more time. Please listen carefully. Sei tuchha rasa tyaji. Giving up the lowly, crude pleasures of this material world. Intoxicating, illicit sex, gambling, meat eating, eating something that is not prasad. All these things are crude pleasures of this material world. Give them up. Sei tuchha rasa tyaji. Shri Nanda Nandana Bhaji. Dekhe Krishna Shri Vamshi Vadana. We'll be able to see Krishna face to face. Nije Gopi Deha Pai. We'll get a Gopi Deha. Body of a gopi they will get. Vraja Vane Vege Jai. We'll go running to Vraj. Purva Sangha Karayat Tejana. Giving up previous mundane materialistic associations. All those knots will be cut off. Free. We'll go to Vrindavan. Sei tuchha rasa tyaji Shri Nanda Nandana Bhaji. Dekhe Krishna Shri Vamshi Vadana. Nije Gopi Deha Paya Vrajavane Vege Jaya Purva Sangha Karaya Tyajana. Then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu confirms this. That without Krishna Prem there is no meaning to life. Na prema gandhosti darpapi meharo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying that I don't have any gandha, any trace of love for Krishna. And therefore, my life is meaningless. Like a patanga, like an insect. My life is meaningless without Krishna Prem. And then Shri Swarup Damodar Goswami, we are coming to the end of our discussion today on Prema-tattva. Swarup Damodar Goswami further says that Keha jadi bale iha aropa chintaye Parapurushete Krishna bhajana upay Chaitanya agyay ami ekatha namani Jadete e rupa buddhi naraka balimani. That if someone says that ascribing love to another man is a way to serve Krishna, अरे सबके हृदय में भगवान ही बसे है. Krishna is there in everybody's heart. So let me show my love to this human being. Man for a woman, woman for a man, or whatever. We show our love to another human being and justify it by saying that okay, we are serving Krishna by serving him. Then on Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's order, I do not accept their statement. Sri Swarup Damodar Goswami says that is wrong. I consider such a mundane conception to be hellish. Jadete e rupa buddhi naraka balimani. This is narak buddhi. How? Chaitanya agyay ami ekatha namani. on the order of Mahaprabhu. Because Mahaprabhu has taught us what is right, what is wrong. Jada deha chidaropa sanga tuchha ati tahe Krishna bhava ana samuha durmati. Attributing spirit to the material body is a very crude attachment. We are operating on a material body platform and then attributing a spiritual purpose to it. No, I am enjoying, but actually Krishna is enjoying inside. And associating love for Krishna with the material body is completely wicked. Shri Swarup Damodar Goswami is saying. And because of this, a bad name, bad reputation is brought to the Vaishnava Sampradaya. It is clearly said here. Kalira challana ei jani ha nischay ihate Vaishnava dharma adhapathe jay. Know for certain that such thinking, ascribing a spiritual twist to material sense gratification, it's a deception produced by Kali. Kalira chala. It is Kali chala. It is a deception produced by Kali. Janiha nischay. Know for sure. Janiha nischay. Ihate Vaishnava dharma adha pathe jay. And because of this type of deceitful behavior, the Vaishnava Sampradayas have got a bad reputation. People criticize. Therefore, it is our great good fortune that we have been connected to a very bona fide, authentic Vaishnava Sampradaya, ISKCON. Chandidasa Vidyapati Adi Mahajan Purva Buddhi Dure Rakhi Karila Bhajan. Chandidas, Vidyapati and other great souls left their previous conceptions behind and Karila Bhajan. They did Krishna Bhajan. They practiced devotion. So before we read the literatures of any person, we should see how strong their bhajan is. It is not the pen that speaks, my dear friends. It is the bhajan that speaks. When there is an eruption in the heart because of bhajan, and some words come out in the form of writing, that is devotional literature. And that is what devotees should accept. Even though there may be some grammatical mistakes. Yatvag visargo janatagha viplavo yasmin pratishlokam abhadyavatapi namananantasya yashonkitani yat shrunumanti gayanti grinanti sadhavaha. Then Shri Swarup Damodar Goswami advises Raghunath Das Goswami, Raghunatha e vishaya karaha vichar tomahe no bhakta prabha pracha ribe sadachar. Please consider this matter, Raghunath Das Goswami, nicely. Devotees such as yourself should preach the proper way to practice. And then Shri Swarup Damodar Goswami also asks Raghunath Das Goswami that once you can ask Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu directly about this topic of prem and see what Mahaprabhu says. So Shri Raghunath Das Goswami asks Swarup Damodar Goswami, asks Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Shri Raghunath Das Goswami asks Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And what are the instructions of Mahaprabhu? We'll hear them very quickly. Just 2 verses and then we'll conclude. Very important verses. Mahaprabhu told Shri Raghunath Das Goswami, Gramya katha na shunibe, Gramya varta na kahibe, Bhala na khaibe ara, Bhala na paribe. Do not listen to mundane talk. Gramya katha. It's called village talk. Just standing and doing mundane talk. That is not the aim of life. I don't know how many of you know or are aware, but in India, there are small shops where they sell pan by the side of the road in a square. They are called pan patti. Have you heard the term pan patti? The place where I grew up, it's very common. And what the youth do when they have their bicycles and their motorcycles and their scooters, when they are 15, 16, 17, 18-year-olds, they every evening, they just stand at the pan patti drinking tea, eating pan, and just talking. Mundane stuff. Who is doing what? Just talking, discussing people. And that is their time pass. That is how they pass their time. That is called Gramya Katha. I remember a classmate of mine was very sick. He had very severe pneumonia. And he was on the ventilator. Very young age. We were hardly 17 years old. So a group of classmates went to meet him in the ICU. And I think 4 or 5 of us were allowed to go at one time and then come out. So he was on ventilator, but he was not heavily sedated. So he was awake and he could hear and understand and respond also with his hands. He couldn't speak because he had the endotracheal tube going around his throat. I clearly remember what these group of friends told this boy on the ventilator. यार जल्दी से ठीक हो जा. Friend, please get well quickly. Get well soon. अपने को पान पट्टी पे खड़ा रहने का है. You want to again stand at the pan patti. And this friend nodded, yes. We have to stand at the pan patti. That is the aim of life. And unfortunately, this classmate did not make it. He died at the age of 17 or 18. In that consciousness that we have to stand at the pan patti. So this is a very sad state of affairs in today's world. There's so much distraction from the real goal of life. And when Prabhupada comes and preaches to these young boys and girls, and they give up illicit sex, they give up meat eating, they give up intoxication, they give up all mundane waste of time, and they start chanting, they start studying Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, they do Harinam Sankirtan, people criticize. Brainwash kar diya hai. This is the brainwash. These are cult. This is that. This is this. They start criticizing Prabhupada. They start criticizing the devotees. This is the nature of this world, my dear friends. It is difficult to do anything good in this world. Very easy to do what is wrong. Why? Because Kali Maharaj is ruling. Kali Maharaj is ruling. So to do bad things, very easy. To do good things, very challenging. So Mahaprabhu is saying, we have to give up mundane talk. Gramya katha na shunibe. Don't hear Gramya katha. Gramya varta na kahibe. And don't speak Gramya. Don't listen to it and don't speak it. Bhala na khaibe. Don't eat opulent food. Bhala na paribe. And don't wear very fancy clothes. Wear simple clothes. They should be clean and washed, but they should be simple. Food should be nutritious, healthy, but it should be simple, not very opulent. Mahaprabhu says, last verse for today, Amani manadahaya Krishna nama sadalabe vraje radha Krishna seva manase karibe. Amani, don't expect any respect from others. So much problem happens when we expect respect from others. Daksha Prajapati walks into the Yajna Shala, the assembly where the sacrifices will take place. And there were millions, not hundreds, not thousands, millions of devatas, demigods, and sadhus, and rishis. And all of them stood up out of respect for Prajapati Daksha. Except Lord Shiva. Because Lord Shiva was in Samadhi. He was thinking of Radha and Krishna. And anybody who is worshipping Radha and Krishna is worshipping everyone, because everyone is within Radha and Krishna. Everything is situated within Krishna. Matsthani sarva bhutani. So because Shivaji was worshipping Radha and Krishna in the heart, there is no need to worship anybody else. But Prajapati Daksha took such an offense to this that he did not see that there are millions of people offering me respects. That did not matter to him. This one person is not offering me respect. That's it. That disturbed him so much. He used harsh language. He cursed Lord Shiva. Just see. Because Daksha Prajapati in this story of Srimad Bhagavatam was not a mani. He expected respect. But Mahaprabhu is teaching us, don't expect respect from others. Don't be attached to being respected. Amani and manada. Okay, I will not expect respect from anyone. Nahi chahiye. Kisi se aadar samman. I don't want respect from anyone. But I will also not give them respect. That is easy. I don't want respect. Bhad mein jaye. I will also not give respect. Let everybody go. I don't want to meet anybody. I don't want to sit alone. That is easy to do. Don't expect respect, but give respect to others, everyone. That is difficult. It is easy to give respect to others when we are being respected. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Very easy to say, yes, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, Hare Krishna. Because he just gave respect. But when someone doesn't acknowledge us, someone does not give any respect to us, to respect such a person, when we are being humiliated, to respect such a person, that is difficult. That is the real test of character. Mahaprabhu is saying, Amani manada. Don't expect respect, but give respect to others. Amani manada hayya. Krishna nama sada labe. Always chant Krishna naam. Vraje Radha Krishna seva manase karibe. And in your mind you serve Radha and Krishna where? In Vrindavan. In your mind you go to Vrindavan and worship Radha Krishna. Therefore this bhajan that Srila Narottam Das Thakur has given us, Radha Krishna Pranamor Yugala Kishore, Jivane Marane Gati Aranahi Mor, this should be etched in the heart, in the consciousness of every Gaudiya Vaishnava. This is our theme song. This is our Prayojan song. This is our meditation song. Every day, every moment. Everything is there in this one bhajan. Radha Krishna Pranamora Yugala Kishore Jivane Marane Gati Aranahi Mor Kalindira Kule Keli Kadambe Ravana Ratana Bedira Upar Bosa Bodui Jana Shama Gauri Ange Divo Chandane Ragandha Chamara Dulabo Kabe Heri Mukha Chandra Gathiya Malatir Mala Dibo Dohar Gale Adhare Tuliya Dibo Karpura Tambule Lalita Vishakha Adi Jata Sakhi Brinda Agyaya Koribo Seva Charana Ravinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daseranu Dasa Seva Bhilasha Kore Narottama Dasa. Everything is there in the song. Mahaprabhu is saying, Vraje Radha Krishna Seva Manase Karibe. In your mind, no matter what is, who is doing what. Oh, I cannot chant. My family members are not devotees. Oh, I have to go and watch movie with my family members. Oh, I have to go shopping with my family members. Oh, I have to go on a vacation with my family. What to do? They are not devotees. No problem. No problem. You go. They can take your body. They cannot take your mind. Nah. In your mind, wherever you are, you chant this song. You chant Hare Krishna. And you think of your favorite Radha Krishna deities. और उन्हें लाड लड़ाओ. Just offer your love and worship to Radha and Krishna. In these ways, Kalindira Kule Keli Kadambera Vana. Go to Vrindavan, go to Yamuna, and there is a nice Kadamba Kanan, a forest of Kadamba trees on the banks of Yamuna. Ratana Bediru par Bosabo Duijan. You take Radha and Krishna and you seat them comfortably on a very beautiful, soft, cushioned asan, decorated with many jewels and flowers. And then Sham Sundar and Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe. Krishna is Ghanasham, Radharani is Gori. She is Gaurangi. Chandan era Gandha. You offer nice fragrances, Chandan, to their transcendental bodies very nicely. You offer them garlands of Malati flowers, Mogra flowers, jasmine flowers, lilies, lotus flowers. Offer them nice, make garlands in your mind, offer them. Fan them, nice cooling breeze with your chamar. And look at their beautiful moonlight, beautiful faces. Offer them pan. Sing for their pleasure. And ask Lalita and Vishakha Sakhi, Ashta Sakhis, what service can I do? Can I bring them some water? Can I cook for them? What can I make for them? Like that, in your mind, you just offer them seva. Place them on a jhula. And jhulan. Just swing them as you're chanting. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Wherever we are in our mind, we can think of Radha Krishna Seva. That is what Mahaprabhu is teaching us. Amani Manada Hayya Krishna Nama Sada Labe Vraje Radha Krishna Seva Manase Karibe. In Vrindavan you serve Radha and Krishna. If we do this, then we will understand what is prema. When Raghunath received these instructions, he then understood that divine love never develops through material practices. It only develops through spiritual practices. Ei agya paya raghu bhujila tokhan piriti na haya kabhu jadete sadhan. Mundane lust, mundane sense gratification, this can never give rise to piriti, to Krishna prema. It happens only through spiritual practices of Amani Manada Hayya Krishna Nama Sada Labe. Chant Hare Krishna all the time. Kirtane Sada Hari. And Vraje Radha Krishna Seva Manase Karibe. There are do's and don'ts. What are the don'ts? Gramya Kathana Shunibe. Gramya Varthana Kohibe. Don't listen to mundane gossip. Don't speak mundane gossip. Don't criticize anybody. Don't hear criticism. Bhalana Khaibe. Don't eat too much tasty, opulent prasad. Too much quantity, too much variety, too much tasty. No. Keep it simple. Ara bhalana paribe. And don't wear very opulent, jhatak, gaudy clothes to attract attention and impress others. Wear simple clothes, Gaudiya Vaishnava clothes. Amani, don't expect respect from others. Manada hayya, but give respect to others. Krishna Nam Sada Labe, always take Krishna Nam. Vraje Radha Krishna Seva, Manase Karibe. In your mind, you take shelter of the song of Narottam Thakur and just serve Radha Krishna in your mind. Wherever you are, whatever you are doing, nobody can stop you. If we do this, then we will understand what is Yugala Piriti. This is the meaning of following in the footsteps of Rupa Raghunath. Rupa Raghunatha Pade, Hoibe Akuti, Kabyama Bhuja Bose, Yugala Piriti. Then we'll understand what is Yugal Prem. What is Radha Krishna Prem, which is the highest attainment for all of us. Nitai Gaur Premanandi. Hari Hari Bol. Thank you very much, dear devotees. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada. If there are any questions, we can take. Yes, Shyam Kumar, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you so much for this beautiful class. Hare Krishna. Sorry, Prabhuji. I think I got muted. Yes. तो प्रभु जी आपने जो एंड में स्पेशली वो बताया कि कैसे हमें मेडिटेट करना है अगर हम कहीं जा भी रहे हैं, that family members they're taking our body but our soul should be always with Radha and Krishna. That is such a wonderful meditation. Thank you so much for that. ऐसा कभी दिमाग में कभी ऐसा विचार भी नहीं आया, तो बहुत अमेजिंग. थैंक यू सो मच फॉर दैट प्रभु जी. मेरा जो प्रश्न है प्रभु जी वो है श्रीला स्वरूप दामोदर गोस्वामी जी का जो आपने कोट दिया था कि उन्होंने प्रेम की जो के बारे में जो उन्होंने जो श्लोक बताया है, जो डेफिनेशन दी है, उस पे अगर थोड़ा सा आप अगर और थोड़ा रिफ्लेक्ट कर दें तो दैट विल बी ग्रेट. क्योंकि मेरी जो थोड़ी कम बुद्धि है उसमें यही समझ में आया है कि प्रेम जो है उसको प्रेम मतलब हमें मतलब प्रेम जब करना है तो हमें ये नहीं समझना कि क्या ये कृष्ण के अंश हैं तो इसलिए हम इनसे प्रेम कर रहे हैं. तो फिर प्रभु जी हम अपने फैमिली मेंबर्स से कैसे प्रेम कर पाएंगे जब वो किसी प्रॉब्लम में है, मुसीबत में है, तो तब हमें उनकी डेडिकेटेडली सेवा करने के लिए वो एक चाहिए, वो एक पीछे से मोटिवेशन चाहिए that they are the part and parcels of Krishna, so I will serve them nicely. So please if you can please explain that point again. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you.
Yes, Hare Krishna. नहीं ऐसा नहीं, इसका अर्थ ऐसा है जो श्री स्वरूप दामोदर गोस्वामी कह रहे हैं. आपको एक एग्जांपल देता हूँ. एक डिवोटी कपल थे और जो हस्बैंड थे वे कुछ गलत चीज कर रहे थे, जाते थे और परस्त्री संग कर रहे थे. और जब पकड़े गए, जब उन्हें पूछा कि तुम क्यों ऐसे अवैध संबंध रखते हो इस परस्त्री से जो तुम्हारी पत्नी नहीं है, उन्होंने कहा कि मैं परकीय भाव का आस्वादन ले रहा हूं. आई एम ट्राइंग टू टेस्ट परकीय भाव. तो ये अर्थ है कि ये जो ऐसी जो बुद्धि है ना कि तुम सेंस ग्रेटिफिकेशन करते हो और उसे एक स्पिरिचुअल फ्लेवर दे देते हो कि आई एम टेस्टिंग परकीय भाव, आई एम इन परकीय रस विद दिस लेडी बिकॉज शी इज नॉट माई वाइफ. इसे ऐसा, जबकि हमारे जो फैमिली मेंबर्स है who we have to take care of, yes, we should consider them to be devotees of Krishna and therefore we are attached to them and we together want to make progress in Krishna consciousness. तो उसमें तो कोई गलत नहीं है. But to enjoy with somebody and to say कि हम भी कृष्णा के ही अंश है, तो कृष्णा के जैसा एंजॉय करते वैसे हम भी, like having a रास लीला और going to a disco. मुझे याद है हम जब मेडिकल कॉलेज में थे तब हमारा एक सोशल होता था इवेंट. एवरी कॉलेज हैज अ सोशल इवेंट, साल में एक बार. अलग अलग नाम होते हैं उसके, एवरी डिफरेंट कॉलेज हैव कॉल इट डिफरेंट नेम. तो इट्स अ सोशल गैदरिंग फॉर 2-3 days एंड इट्स जस्ट सेंस ग्रेटिफिकेशन, डांसिंग, डिस्को, ये वो. तो उसमें एक लड़का था बहुत, वो पीपल यूज्ड टू कंसिडर हिम वेरी हैंडसम एंड ऑल. तो कई सारे उसकी गर्लफ्रेंड्स थे हमारे क्लास में. तो उसे जब इंट्रोड्यूस किया उस फेस्टिवल में तो ऐसा कहा कि एक भगवान कृष्ण है और यहाँ पर हमारे कॉलेज में ये है, ये भी बहुत सारे इनके गोपियां है. ऐसा, दिस इज ऑल नॉनसेंस. सो हार्ट ब्रेकिंग टू हियर दिस. तो ये जो भगवत्ता का या डिवाइन लीला का आरोप करते हैं अपने मंडेन चीजों पर, उसे निषेध किया है, उससे निषेध किया है. ठीक है.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Thank you for the answer. So we can always express our love towards our family or in the form of their service and thinking that yes, they're part and parcel of Krishna and we can help them to bring them close to Krishna. In that way.
Yes, they are devotees of Krishna and that's why we are attached to them. Attachment to devotees of Krishna is very good.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Divya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
I thought if you're too materialistic, you cannot be attracted to Lord. So I'm just wondering what Putna felt for Lord Ramchandra. Like she got attracted to his beauty. And so what was that? And another question I had was why devotees are not allowed to eat pan?
Shurpanakha got attracted to Ram.
I said Putna, sorry. I meant Shurpankha.
No problem. So Shurpanakha got attracted to Sri Ram, but that comes under the purview of lust, not prem. And the reason is she wanted Ram without Sita. Any love that we have for Ram comes through Sita, because Sita is the source of all prem. Sri Radha is the source of all prem. So if someone has love for Ram, it is coming from Sita. But Shurpanakha wanted Ram without Sita. And Ravan wanted Sita without Ram. You see? Both are brothers and sisters. Ravan wanted Sita, but no Ram. Shurpanakha wanted Ram, but no Sita. So both are demons. Both are materialistic. So who is a devotee? Their other sibling, Vibhishan. What did Vibhishan want? Vibhishan wanted to bring Radha and Krishna, Sita and Ram together. That is a devotee. Devotee want to serve Radha, Krishna, Seva. Abhilashi. Like that. So is that clear, Divya Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
And about the pan, I have heard
Pan. So there is a mention in Chaitanya Leela that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has advised us not to eat pan because it is a manifestation of sense gratification. And certain substances in pan also come under the domain of intoxicants, and also that sugang, that flavor, that mouth becoming red, that is not how a sadhu is. Imagine a sadhu with his mouth red, chewing pan. That's not how a sadhu Vaishnava is. So sadhu Vaishnava offers pan to Radha and Krishna and doesn't eat it, keeps it in nirmalya, like we keep flowers and everything, and we offer them to the earth. But in Barsana, it is said, if you go to Barsana and in the Shriji temple, if they give you Radharani's pan, so there I have heard that Gaudiya Vaishnavas accept. Now there are some Vaishnavas, some Sampradaya, they eat. So we can offer them the Mahaprasad pan of Radha and Krishna. As far as we are concerned, we should not make it a practice of eating it. Because our acharyas, they have said no, it's too much sense gratification. So like that. So we don't do it. Also, there is one story, I'm not able to remember exactly which, is it Chaitanya Bhagavat or is it which biography of Mahaprabhu it is. But once Mahaprabhu took pan, Mahaprasad of Radha and Krishna, and he fainted. And then after coming out of his fainting spell, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he forbade his followers from eating pan. He said, don't eat pan. Like that. I have heard this. I have not read it personally, but I have heard it. But anyway, it is the opinion of our sadhus, acharyas, Vaishnava acharyas, that we should not eat pan. So we don't eat pan that much. Rarely, if in Barsana, Shriji Mandir, somehow somebody gives us, then we honor it by eating it. So like that. Again, this is a detail. It's not such a big thing. Most important is to chant, remember, and hear. Even if you eat pan, just think that this is the Mahaprasad of Radha and Krishna. And with that, we can, if you want, like that. Okay, Divya Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji, but I was wondering, I've seen devotees offering pan to Lord Jagannath within ISKCON. So is that forbidden or?
No, you can offer pan to Jagannath. You can offer pan to Radha Krishna. No problem.
But if he can't eat and if he offer, I mean, I don't personally eat pan myself, but I've seen, pan being offered and.
Yeah, you have to put it in nirmalya. where you put all the flowers and everything. When you offer flowers to Krishna, or a lot of tulsi manjaris, leaves, so how you respectfully dispose them in the earth, like that you can treat the prasadi pan of Bhagwan as nirmalya. That's what our Vaishnava etiquette manual tells us. Okay?
Okay, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Kasturi Manjari Mataji, and then Janeshwar Gaurang Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for this topic today. Prabhu, I have a question about the verse that you mentioned about Shantir Avyart Kalatvam, the 9 symptoms of Bhava. So, Prabhu, like those are the 9 symptoms which are the symptoms of Bhava. So, can they be like practiced at our sadhana stage? Like, I mean, I don't know if I'm putting my question in.
Yes, so those 9 symptoms are bhavankura. They are. If we have those symptoms, we should know that now bhav is sprouting in the heart. Bhav ankura. And we have to practice them, try to inculcate them from today only. Because they are the divine qualities that we aspire for. There are divine qualities, there are demoniac qualities. These are divine qualities. So we have to, divine qualities on the path of love. So we have to start inculcating them, try to develop them from today. Yes.
And Prabhu, I have one more. Thank you so much, Prabhu. One more question, which is like at my stage, which is sadhana, even neophyte kind. So at my stage, it is recommended to worship in awe and reverence, which is like, I mean, I don't know if I call it love or not. So then how to relate it to that? I don't know. I'm not putting my question properly. But
how to relate it to Mane Radha Krishna?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes.
Seva?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Krishna Prem is Prayojan. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is said that Prema Prayojan. Prem is Prayojan. It is the ultimate. But to get there, we have to go through sadhana bhakti. And sadhana bhakti means awe and reverence. Awe and reverence. Sadhana bhakti. It begins with awe and reverence. And if we practice sadhana bhakti with awe and reverence, then slowly we'll come to the more mature platform of spontaneous love. And then that Aishwarya Bhav becomes more filled with sweetness. It happens naturally.
Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Janeshwar Gaurang Prabhu. Oh, sorry, you're there only. Yeah, unmute, Prabhu, please. Unmute, please unmute.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Krishna.
Thank you for this wonderful class. Prabhuji, I had 2 questions. First of all, you mentioned that if you are on a material platform, you cannot experience love of Radha Krishna. Now, along the same lines, once the devotees had asked Srila Prabhupada, in order to go back to the spiritual world, you have to be 100% pure. And then Srila Prabhupada said, okay, be 90, be 80, and then said, be 70, and I'll take you back to the spiritual world. So because it seems like unless you're completely off the material platform, you cannot experience love of Krishna. But then here Prabhupada has given us this being out of his sheer mercifulness, kindness to devotees. So can we take that also, that even if we are not, we'll try our best, but if we are not completely pure, you can still experience, you can still get the mercy or the love of God through the spiritual masters?
There are 2 types of Baddha Jivas, conditioned souls, who attain Krishna. Sadhana Siddha and Kripa Siddha. And actually everybody is Sadhana Siddha and Kripa Siddha. all the Baddha Jivas. Because we do sadhana and we also need kripa. Simply on the basis of sadhana, we cannot purchase our ticket to Golok Vrindavan. There is no amount of sadhana that can purchase Krishna. We have to be sincere. We have to follow what Srila Prabhupada has given us. And we have to also hope that ultimately Srila Prabhupada's kripa will save us. I remember in the year 2019, His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj had come to Atlanta for the Panihati festival. This was 2019, summer. And there were two devotees who wanted to take shelter of Srila Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj. They were chanting 16 rounds. So I took them to Maharaj's room. We offered obeisances and I introduced them and I requested Maharaj that they are sincere devotees. They are chanting 16 rounds, attending Bhakti Vriksha every Saturday, coming to temple. And they are very much inspired by you, Maharaj. They in the future want to receive initiation from you. And today they want to take shelter of you, Guru Pada Ashraya. So will you please accept them? So Srila Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj replied that the aim of human life is to attain Krishna. But Krishna is very high class. Krishna demands complete surrender. Sarva dharman parityaja mam ekam sharanam vraja. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mam anusmara. Krishna says, remember me all the time. Sarveshu kaleshu. So Krishna's standard is very high. Krishna is very high class. He considers offenses also in chanting his name. 10 offenses. You want to worship him in his Shri Vigraha form, 32 offenses Krishna considers. Krishna is very high class. So Srila Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj said, but Srila Prabhupada is a pure devotee of Krishna. He is very dear to Krishna. And Srila Prabhupada has captured Krishna with his love. Because Krishna is conquered by his devotees' love. Bhaktya tushyati kevalam nacha gunay bhakti priyo madhava. He is controlled by bhakti and prema. I have a strong relationship with Srila Prabhupada. Srila Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj said, if you want to have a relationship with me of guru-disciple, you follow what Srila Prabhupada has told. And I promise you, I will deliver you to the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada.
Wow.
I promise you, I will deliver you to the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada. So, ultimately, all of us, all ISKCON devotees, even my Guru Maharaj, Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj, every disciple that he has accepted, he says, on behalf of Srila Prabhupada, we are happy to offer you the name. So, all of us, all over the world, all ISKCON devotees, in our sampradaya, our founder Acharya is Srila Prabhupada. So we are all dependent upon and expecting the kripa of Srila Prabhupada. And Srila Prabhupada being a very powerful Senapati Bhakta of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhu's power is unlimited. And because Srila Prabhupada is the recipient of that power, Srila Prabhupada में वो भगवान के शक्ति का आवेश है. शक्त्यावेश स्वरूपिणे हरे कृष्ण इति मंत्रेण पाश्चात्य प्राच्यतारिणे. So Srila Prabhupada's power is also unlimited. Because if Krishna empowers, nothing is impossible. And therefore Srila Prabhupada, to encourage us, can give us these statements that even if you are 90%, even if you are 80%, even if you are 70%, I will take you back to Godhead. This is Kripa. In the mundane world, the analogy can be given of grace marks. You know what are grace marks? Someone fails in the exam. Suppose 50% is passing and they get 48. So the examiner will say, okay, I'll give 2% grace marks. We'll make it 50 and you pass. Grace marks. So like that, we have to be sincere. We have to do our sadhana. We have to do our Krishna bhajan. And whatever truti is there, whatever mistakes, deficiency is there, Srila Prabhupada is there to give us the grace marks and help us attain Krishna. But we don't live our life, we don't do our sadhana thinking of grace marks. When a student studies for the exam, the student prepares in such a way that I will pass. The student doesn't prepare for 48 marks. Student prepares for 100 marks. Then at least I will pass. And if there is shortage, then the grace marks are always there to help me pass. So like that. But actually, Krishna is so high class. Radharani is so high class. Service to Radha and Krishna is so high class. It's the topmost goal. So we all need Kripa. That is my Guru Maharaj, Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj said once when he was talking about Damodar Leela. This is very beautiful. Please listen carefully. Maharaj said in Damodar Leela there are 2 fingers, right? 2 fingers too short. When Yashoda Maya was trying to bind Krishna, 2 fingers too short. And we all know those 2 fingers represent our effort and Krishna's mercy. Our effort and Krishna's mercy. 2 fingers. Both are required. So Maharaj said in Bhakti, it is 99% our effort. Yashoda Maya was sweating profusely. She exhausted all the ropes in the village. So Maharaj said 99% it is our effort. Only 1% is Kripa, Krishna's mercy. But Maharaj said that 1% Krishna Kripa is more powerful than our 99% bhajan. Because there are devotees who have attained Krishna with just one drop of Kripa, that 1% Kripa. Srivas Thakur, unalloyed devotee of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu visits his house and he sees a Muslim dhobi who is washing the clothes of Srivas Thakur's family members. He goes to Ganga Ghat, washes their clothes, dries them, folds them, and brings them. Mahaprabhu is sitting there talking to Srivas Thakur, and the dhobi comes in. Muslim dhobi has never chanted Hare Krishna. Mahaprabhu gives him Krishna Prem. You are serving my devotee Srivas, chal, le Krishna Prem. This is Kripa. There is no 99% bhajan here. Yeah, we read now, one drop of Prem can inundate the whole world. So Maharaj said 99% our effort, 1% Krishna Kripa, but that 1% Krishna Kripa far outweighs our 99% bhajan. Because Krishna's heart is like that. Rai ke sam bhajan ko manat meru saman. We do little bit bhajan and Krishna, Jagannath, his big eyes, magnifies it. Oh, you are doing so much bhajan. You have gone through so much. When Gop Kumar reaches Golok Vrindavan and our Nandan Krishna embraces him, Krishna tells him, oh, how much you have gone through. Gop Kumar, what all you have gone through, how much you have been criticized, how many hardships you went through. Now just everything is finished. Now you have come back to me. Now no more worry. Now you are with me. So Krishna is like that. He sees our little efforts as great efforts and he's always eager to give mercy to us. Especially if we have taken shelter of such a dear devotee, Krishna Presthaya Bhutale, Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami. If you have taken shelter of Prabhupada. Okay? So we should be full of hope. But we should try for 100% marks. We can never become 100% perfect in our bhajan. It's all Kripa. But we should try. We should try full. The monkeys were building the bridge as if everything dependent on them. Everything dependent on them. If we don't build this bridge, Ram will never get Sita. So like that. We should do our bhajan as if everything depends on our bhajan. But actually it is Kripa. Actually it is Kripa.
Thank you so much. And one more question, Prabhuji.
Yes.
You mentioned meditating, doing meditation with the mind, serving Radha and Krishna. Now, I personally, and it's not being humility, but it's a fact, I'm not at that level that where I feel I can serve Radha Krishna that way, because that's very, very, seems for me, it's a very, very high level of service. Instead, I feel like just chanting the Maha Mantra in the mind. Is that okay until you come to that level? Because I don't feel comfortable serving the divine couple even through mind, because I'm not that pure.
You can chant Hare Krishna and you can just think that you're standing with a chamar in your hand and Param Pujya Srila Jayapataka Swami Maharaj is speaking Hari Katha and you are fanning him.
Oh, okay.
Or Maharaj is speaking to thousands of devotees and you're holding an umbrella over his head to shield him from the sun.
Okay.
Or Maharaj is speaking Hari Katha and you're sitting and you're massaging Srila Jayapataka Swami Maharaj's lotus feet. This meditation you can do?
Yeah. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Do that. That is best.
Okay. Thank you.
Aradhananam sarvesham Vishnur aradhana param tasmat parataram devi tadiyanam samarchanam. The great Mahajan, Vaishnavanamata Shambhu, Lord Shiva is saying, "O Parvati, of all the worships, the worship of Vishnu is best. But better than the worship of Vishnu is worship of Vishnu's devotees. Yeme bhakta jana partha, name bhaktasya te jana, mad bhaktanam chaye bhaktaste me bhaktottama mata." So worship of those who are my devotees are not my devotees. In Adi Puran, Krishna says to Arjun, but those who are devotees of my devotees, they are my best devotees. So you just meditate on being a Guru Sevak. That is the best meditation.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Vande Guru Shri Charana Aravinda. Plus, you meditate like that and chant Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
That is best.
Thank you. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Last question, Ajay Govind Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. This is Kirtida Sundari Dasi.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Prabhupada. Very beautiful session, Prabhu. Just a small question, I'll not take much time. This verse, can you give me, like, were you chanting from Prema-tattva, Sai Tuchha Rasa Tyaji Shri Nanda Nandana Bhajan?
Yes. Prem Vivarta.
Oh, this is from Prema-tattva, same chapter?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I was thinking maybe it's from Chaitanya Charitamrita. So.
No. From Prema Vivarta only, the same chapter that we were reading.
Chapter number?
What is love? Chapter number 16.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much. It was such a wonderful session. Hare Krishna.
Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna.
Dandavat Pranams.
Hare Krishna. Okay, so we'll stop here. Thank you very much, dear devotees. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
Jai.
Dandavat pranam. All glory
Hare
to
Krishna,
Prabhuji.
Prabhu.
Adi Gadādhara
Thank you so much,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat pranam.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Dandavat pranam. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Dandavat
Hare
pranam.
Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.